man.
Yes, sorry we're late.
No, it's cool. Hey everyone, we're live. Another edition of Fixture Focus, where we look at the opposition ahead and interview a supporter of the team that West Ham are about to play. We face Chelsea this weekend at Stamford Bridge. I believe, is it Saturday or Sunday?
It's Saturday.
I think it's Saturday too, but for some reason, yeah, it's your standard 9 a.m. Central game on Sunday. At the Bridge, we have one of my friends, Max, from Chicago originally, now calls Minneapolis his home. Max, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, Justin. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Of course,
Big
man.
Supporter.
Yeah.
Glad to join the show.
Yeah, like I was telling you before, I was tweeting out at all these Chelsea Twitter accounts, at least 20, and didn't get a fucking single bite. And I was like, man, like who am I gonna? And I was like, I got Max. Max. So thanks again for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. One thing I always do is I ask supporters of the clubs that I interview how they became a fan of their team, especially if I've interviewed a couple fans like from England, or like you mentioned the Aviva from the Atlanta Spurs. She actually like has family there. But the majority of people I interview are, North America, like they're from Canada or the US. And so they don't have that hometown connection. So how did you become a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, that was in 2000, actually. So I've been playing soccer my whole life, but then I was 8 years old at the time and went to a Chelsea versus MLS All-Stars game. And
where was it? Chicago?
Yeah, where the Fire played at the time.
And now they play there again.
Yep. So we got to watch that game. I think it was actually 2002. They just bought Michael Ballack. We were big Ballack fans. Germany's the home country, so Germany was cheering for it in the World Cup. Ballack was my dude. Chelsea just bought him, and then we watched them play the MLS All-Stars. So that was kind of the how we picked the club. Was just had to see him live, and they had happened to acquire a player that we really loved at the time. And then my dad and I just ended up watching Premier League every Saturday, Sunday, and watching Chelsea and pick the team and club from there. So yeah, been a long time supporter at this point, double-digit years I would claim, and been to the Bridge a couple times as well. So love it.
Yeah, ever since I've known you, which has been now like probably 7, 8 years. You've always been Chelsea, and your dad's always been Chelsea too.
Absolutely.
So I guess it does technically run in the family.
Yep, Neil, thank you, Neil, South Australia.
Oh yeah, Neil's the man.
Love it.
I don't think I've ever watched a show of ours, because we have like 10 or 15 different like types of content this channel does. And I certainly have never done a show. And Neil has like that without Neil on. Neil's always on.
Thank you.
So yeah, Neil, what's up? Tim is the American Hammers TV guy. He's our fearless leader, so I think that's him on there. What's up, Tim?
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, it's cool. So let's talk a little bit about this past summer for you guys. So a few big things, I think. First, you lost your best player over the last handful of years, which was Eden Hazard. In my opinion, I don't think he was a player of the year last year. I think he should have been. He would have gotten my vote. He was definitely the most valuable to a club, in my opinion.
Definitely, no doubt about
it. Hasn't really shown that form at Madrid yet. I think he will, but definitely at Chelsea, one of the best players you guys have had in a while. And then on top of that, you guys have the transfer ban. Now, how long is the transfer ban? It was that summer, this past summer. Is it this upcoming one as well?
Yep. 2 transfer bans. Yep. 2 windows.
And does that include January or no?
Yep. So it's a 2-window ban. It's the summer and January.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're trying to appeal the January right now, to try to get through that and then be able to buy in January. But right now, as of now, we're suspended in January.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys cannot buy anyone in January, and then you will not be able to buy anyone in the summer.
No, this previous summer we did 1 window this previous summer, and then January will be the second window of 2.
Gotcha. So you will be able to get new players next summer.
Yes, next summer. Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
2 windows. Already 1 of 2. Trying to appeal the second.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Okay. I was incorrect. I thought it was actually 2 full years. Okay.
Nope. You're good. 2
But
windows.
nonetheless, you guys did have a ban this summer. You guys lost your best player. Sorry left.
Yep.
You bring in a legend.
Right after winning Europa too. But yep.
Right after winning Europa.
Yep.
Fat Frank comes in. I know a lot of guys on the American Hammers TV channel. I had guys picking Chelsea to be 8th. I had guys 7th.
Okay.
I picked them. I did not pick them in my top 4. I definitely picked them in my top 6. I can't quite, maybe 5th or 6th.
Yeah, 6 is my expectations, actually.
Okay, so your expectations was, we may not make top 4 again this year.
Yeah. We'll be volatile.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just talk about that. Like, what was your mindset going into the season?
Yeah, in the end, it was a championship player, a couple of them that came up, right? Tamori from Derby County, Mason Mount from Derby County. They had just played under Frank, so at least they got a full season to play under him and learn his system. Yeah. But in the end, they still finished 6th, if I recall, in championship. They did well in the playoffs, but they still only finished 6th in the table. So it's not like he did anything good, but finished top 6. They finished 6th the year before that, so they didn't even improve year over year from Derby perspective. So, I mean, I was a little nervous with a couple of teenagers, youngsters coming in that had championship experience at the most. And then a transfer ban as well, where we weren't going to be able to fill out the squad. So we obviously have changed that, but in the summer, the expectation was low for Frank in my head, which is good. I think that's never had been there for a Chelsea manager in the past. Expectations are always like, come in and win. We're going to spend money. We're going to get you the players you want, but you need to win. It's kind of the mentality. And now with Frank, it's a little different. And with the transfer ban, they kind of gave him some freedom to pick his youngsters and do as he wills with the youth. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought the appointment of Frank was the perfect appointment for the club. It was
with the ban.
With the ban, it was like their expectations were not high to begin with because of the ban, because you lost Eden. And then when you add appointing a club legend as your manager, that even gives the manager even more of a leash, I would say. And it gives the fans even more of a reason to be a little more patient.
Absolutely.
So I really thought it was like the right hire at the right time.
Yep.
For the club. And I've been saying the last month or so, as Chelsea's really taken off, that I should have said this more publicly. And I was thinking this in my head, but I didn't have really, I guess, the balls to say it out loud. I thought that this blessing, again, I didn't pick him top 4, but I thought that this transfer ban could be a blessing in disguise for you guys, because it would really, it's putting players like Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, others that you mentioned, front and center. They're getting they're getting that experience, that valuable Premier League experience. And I just think in the long run, I thought, blessing in disguise in the long run. And it turns out not only in the long run might that be a blessing in disguise, but in the short run, you guys have just in the short term, you guys have absolutely torn it up. Like, obviously, based on what you said, your expectations were, the club has exceeded and even like overachieved, right? Yeah,
excelled in my head. Have done super well. Obviously, won 7 straight, I think it was, in the Premier League.
Before losing to City.
Before City, obviously, But the youngsters have obviously just taken it full force. They're taking the opportunity, which is sweet. Really fun to see. They have really good team chemistry. You can see it on the field. They celebrate together. They win together. They lose together. Everyone came to Tammy's side when he missed a PK early in the season. Took a lot of heat for it, but all the players are supporting him. They're all on social media, Instagram, Twitter, supporting each other.
Yeah.
When Pulisic got his first hat trick, that was sweet. Like everyone was congratulating him, and you could tell how big that was for him. And what a boost he's been as well for the squad. Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. Year over year, like Chelsea fans continue to say we have youth programs and give the youth a chance. And you see guys like Nathan Ake leave the club and go to Bournemouth. Chalobah is at Watford, who isn't doing well this year. But they're Premier League caliber players that came for their youth program, but that got let go. And Chelsea fans are always crying out to give them a chance. So this is a chance, and they're taking full advantage of it. It's really sweet to watch them all play and be humming together. So,
yeah, and the goal scoring's been pretty spread out. I mean, Tammy's got 10, Christian's got 5,
yeah,
Mason Mount 4,
yep,
and Golo's got 3. Let's talk about Pulisic for a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, obviously, I think we both agree in saying that we want America, you know, on the men's side of things, because the women are the best in the world, but we want the men to obviously,
yep,
you know, yeah, exactly, get a lot better than they are now.
Yep.
And I think not everything, but some of it has to do with getting some premier players that really are on the world stage and not just in the MLS. And Pulisic has been that player for the last 4 or 5 years. Three to 5 years, I would say. I mean, how has he looked to you? I mean, he seems like his form is on the up. And how do you think he's fit in with the club altogether?
I was worried for him. I mean,
why?
A few years ago, we signed Matt Miazga from Red Bulls, New York Red Bulls, right? And he was like supposed to be the
defender, right?
The defender, yep, center back, highly touted American product, right? And ended up just getting in the muck of our loan programs that we have, right? Just been loaned out. I initially thought that was going to happen with Pulisic if we didn't have a transfer ban. But then the transfer ban happened, so we knew we were going to keep him and give him opportunities. And early on, he didn't look good. He looked really poor early. And to the point that Frank told him, like, if you're going to want earn minutes on the field, you're going to need to earn it at practice. Like, even calling him out on the training ground. So I was worried for him. It's a big stage. It's a big move over to London, the Premier League. It usually takes a full season to settle in at minimum in the Premier League. I know from guys like Hazard and Willian that improved by their second and third season immensely compared to their first, right? So I was worried for him. And at one point he got dropped from the Champions League squad. He didn't travel. But then all of a sudden he got his opportunity and in one of a cup game match, and he got an assist. And then he worked his way into the Premier League as a late sub, and came in with a ton of energy. He's really fast. I mean, you can tell on the field he has a ton of pace. He is super quick. I would say the fastest on our team. But from what I see, without Rudiger's hurt, but Rudiger is incredibly fast as well. But Pulisic got his opportunities. He started taking advantage of them after Frank kind of called him out. It was actually when he had the whole like upset session at the US game when he got subbed off. It was like shortly after that he got his opportunity to play in the Prem as a late sub and showed some good energy, and then made a starting lineup and got his hat trick as his first start. So it was pretty sweet. And he's kind of earned his spot from there, has solidified himself in the starting 11 for the short term.
Yeah, I was a bit worried that hat trick would be a one-off thing, and it's really kickstarted his career at Chelsea. He's, like I said, scored 5 overall, so he's scored 2 more since then, and he's just really been playing well. He's got a couple assists as well. So for 5 goals, 2 assists in 10 games. Yep. That's and not even all of them starting, only a few of them starting. That's some really good stuff. Now, we talked about you guys over exceeding your expectations.
Yep.
What do you think have been like the top 1 or 2 reasons why you guys have been playing so well?
Yeah, I would first and foremost say the team chemistry is off the charts in my head. You can just tell they all want to play with each other, for each other. for their manager. So in my head, in comparison to recent years with like Antonio and Sarri, we had a lot of divide, it felt like, with the players in comparison to this year. So that's what I would say in the first most is the players all know each other and want to play for each other. But then the second, and the end, it's Frank. I mean, Frank is inspiring the players to play and go out there and do their thing. He's totally changed the way we play, and he's doing great.
Yeah, I'm sure the fact that he's a legend of the club as well just gives him that ultimate respect factor, even amongst players that he hasn't managed before. You mentioned a couple that he has, and the fact that they it's Tamori and Mount played for Derby, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, the fact that they're playing so well and that they also sort of are buying into that team chemistry just says to me that even though Derby didn't set the world on fire last year, Frank got the respect of those guys over there, and he's just transferring it over here. And like I said, I think him being a club legend, certainly sort of enhances his stature amongst the guys in that dressing room.
Yep. I will say one guy as well, one player in particular is Jorginho.
I was about to.
I think it's a lot of hate in the press, but has been so good this year. He's been a ball winner as well as helping us move forward. He has some pretty crazy stats in the Prem this year around balls won in his own half, and then passes forward, through balls, all the above. So he's been really good. I mean, I don't know if you caught the City game. He had a bad turnover for giving up a goal, but he played super well. He was dominating in the mid. So
yeah. He I know when Sarri left, a lot of people thought, he was brought over by Sarri to play Sarri ball, to fit in that system. And when Sarri left, I know a lot of people doubted him. How would he fit in the team? Would he fit in the team? He's probably not going to play well. He's not going to get a lot of minutes, et cetera, et cetera. And like you said, he's just been a huge part of that team. And he had one of the nicest assists I have ever seen in my entire life to Tammy Abraham. I mean, just
first time
what a fucking pass that was. I could not believe my eyes how perfect it was. I mean, you and I could have, well, maybe not me, but you could have scored that goal. Because it was literally just given to him on a silver platter. It was.
It doesn't get easier.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's been awesome. I think Frank called it out earlier in the season, was like, I'm excited to manage Jorginho because he's never afraid to receive the ball, like in any situation. Regardless of where he is on the field, he wants the ball. He's never afraid, and he knows what he wants to do with the ball when he gets it. So it's pretty cool to watch. He's been really fun this season. And I'm excited to see him through the rest of the season.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that doesn't continue on Saturday, but it has been. I mean, it's been some beautiful football. I do have to say, as much as I dislike Chelsea.
Unfortunately for you, Conte's back as well. So
lovely. Was he out the City game?
Yeah, he played in the City game. Yep.
He did?
He scored in the City game. Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, he scored.
So what did you mean by he's back? Was he hurt for a bit?
Yeah, he was hurt.
Okay. I didn't know that. So let's see if I can share my screen here really quick. I think you can share my screen. Yeah, I'm going to share the screen here. So, right here, I got the table up.
Absolutely.
You're in fourth place right now.
Leicester, amazing.
Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty incredible.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was over there in London during the Leicester City Arsenal game. It's pretty amazing. There's a bunch of Leicester fans out and about in London. Bunch of King Power jerseys. So it was pretty interesting, actually. I didn't expect that.
Interesting. But I'm sure ever since they won the league, their stature as a club has just tremendously been increased. So I said before this past weekend, I said I deemed the top four set.
Okay.
Obviously not in the order of the top four, but I said Liverpool, Leicester, City, Chelsea are your top 4 this year. I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm not backing off of it. A Wolves win and a Chelsea loss put the gap to 7.
Yep.
I'm still gonna stick with it though. Now you mentioned your expectations in the summer.
Yep.
I think you said it was 6th.
I did.
Expectations now. I mean, is it top 4 or bust?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're in the driver's seat, especially with the gap that we currently have on 5 and 6, and 5 and 6 being Wolves and Sheffield, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Wolves has Europa League football, so they'll struggle through Thursday night football and then the holiday schedule as well. It'll be gruesome for them. Yeah. So I assume you see them get beat up a little bit in the table here. So yeah, I think it's top 4 or bust at this point for sure. Ideally top 3. So I think we'll be at neck and neck with them, but I think Liverpool just keeps cruising. They're too good.
Just a side note, do you think that the title's already decided?
I think it's not already decided, but I would say the odds are heavily in Liverpool's favor at this point.
Yeah, if they don't win it this year, I don't know what year they're going to win it, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is their year. It has to be. They kept all their guys, their main guys. I don't think they're going to keep Mane for too much longer, maybe another season, but I think he's going to go.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's their best player.
That'd be nice.
How old is he? That would actually be
That'd be nice. Yeah, he's their best player in my head as well. Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27.
27. I mean, because I don't know what his contract is like, but
that doesn't really matter in soccer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah. If they don't win this year, I don't really know. I don't really know when they'll win. It's this year, or I don't want to say nothing, but
yep. I think Klopp's contract's up here soon, so that's kind of interesting as well. An interesting thing to watch. And Klopp usually is a guy that'll say, not usually, I guess, but in the past he took some time off, similar to Pep. So yeah, those are 2 coaches to watch in my head that might be taking some time off or making moves here soon, Klopp and Pep. But that's
his deal actually has this year. He has this year, next year, and the year after.
Oh, okay. So he's still got some 3 seasons then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got some time then.
Yeah, they may have this year and next year if they can keep the majority of their guys. But yeah, focusing back to Chelsea. Okay, so top 4 finish is definitely the goal there. I'm assuming you guys don't think. I mean, I'm assuming you don't think you have a chance to win the league, right?
No, I don't think so. I think Liverpool just keep cruising along in my head. But we're close enough, and if we can keep our run of form, we can try to stay striking distance. But right now, that's just too big of a gap.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's really still between Liverpool and City, even though it's a 9-point gap. It's wild. I mean, people say watch out for Leicester.
We'll see. They're playing super well. They're playing super well.
Yeah. I mean, they've won their last, what was it, 5 in a row?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking at their last 3 wins were all by 2-0, which was interesting. A 9-0, which was wild. Yeah. I mean, they've only lost to Liverpool and United actually. So yeah, we'll see. So moving forward to this match. I know we talked a little bit about this before the
Big London
before
derby.
We went live.
Let's go.
Yeah, Big London derby. So you know a little bit about the West Ham squad. What have you heard about us so far this season? And is there anyone or anything that makes you nervous at this point about the West Ham club? Probably not at this moment, but
yeah, obviously recent run form has been very poor. What are you, 5 losses in a row, 5+?
No, we haven't won. We haven't won in 7. We haven't won in 7 games, I think, and then but we've only had one of those have been a draw, so it's been like 6 losses and a draw.
Okay, so I like Pellegrini. I mean, I think he's got a lot of experience, and
you're in the minority on this channel, man.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, then why would you like Pellegrini for this channel? But just speaking from an outsider looking in, what else would you have? But Pellegrini at least has a lot of experience, has played Chelsea numerous times. So I would say I'm most worried about probably set pieces, dead balls. We really struggle to defend those, and West Ham always finds a way to beat us up on these. And Snodgrass is obviously pretty good at those and delivering those in, if memory serves me correctly. So that's what I would say for the biggest thing worried about on Saturday. We have a big Champions League game tomorrow. We just came off a big game versus City, so we easily could have some squad fatigue as well, depending on which 11 we need to pick.
Good point.
2 back-to-back games that are huge. So that would be a big worry for me from an inside looking in or inside looking out at a Chelsea perspective. So,
yeah, you bring up Pellegrini. I would say it's actually been astonishing how quickly this has happened. But even just like a month ago, the Pellegrini out supporters were in the vast minority, and now it's the majority. Pellegrini out is, I would say, 3 out of 4, maybe even 4 out of 5 West Ham fans right at this moment want him gone. Oh, yeah. Want him gone. I am one of the fans that is in the minority. I'm still holding on. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, that he won't get sacked, but I'm still holding on to hope that he can lean on that experience, that winning experience, and that winning mentality to bring us back. Now, the simple fact is, over the last 2 months, that winning mentality has disappeared. The players do not seem like they know what to do on the pitch, which is very odd. Our attacking prowess has just dissipated into thin air. Our defense, we've given up the last 3 games, we've given up 3 goals. And in 6 of the last 7, we've given up multiple goals.
That's a bad stat.
Yeah, not a great stat.
Yep.
Our defense, like I said, our defense, the tactics, the substitutions, and not even the substitutions, the players that he picks to start.
Yeah, nothing's going right at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect example. We played Newcastle a few weeks ago, and he started Pablo Zabaleta. And we all love Zabaleta. He, plays 100%, plays for the badge, but he's got no legs anymore.
He's 40. Yeah.
Well, he looks 40. He's only like 33, but he
is 40.
Definitely played. Yeah. And then we have this 26, 27-year-old right back in Ryan Fredericks, who has like so much pace. And St. Maximin, the guy with the headband on Newcastle, is just super fast. And it just made no sense to start Zabaleta covering him instead of Fredericks. And St. Maximin should have had 4 goals because he just blew by Zabaleta.
Yeah, you knew that was his skill in Newcastle's speed, right? In the end, he's going to come at you. Yeah, that's poor. That sounds like poor decision making in the end against a big game of Newcastle too.
Yeah. And Neil in the comments, he's saying that Neil is a Pellegrini's got to go guy. And Neil makes some good points. Pellegrini himself has said in the media that he has no idea why we're playing so bad. And the thing is, this second point that he makes, he refuses to change his plan, and he keeps on picking the same team every week. Yep. And that's what's frustrated me most as a supporter, is that there's been no like attempt to try to find a spark somewhere, right?
It's insanity, right? That's the definition right there.
Doing the same thing over again and expecting different results. Yeah, it's been the same formation. He's made some changes, but like I said, some of them have been tactically questionable.
Yep.
So if I was a Chelsea fan, Max, I would not be worried at all. You guys have been playing so well. We have been playing so poorly. I actually think that there is a chance, if you guys beat us bad enough, there is a chance that you guys could be forcing Pellegrini out the door. I really
sounds like it. Yeah. You explained it pretty well right there. All those points that you hit. The biggest being changing not changing the squad. If you keep the same squad over and over, how can you expect to have different results is really what it comes down to. So
Yeah.
I know you can change tactics as a manager, but in the end, the players are what's going to make the biggest difference out on the field. So,
yeah, and that's what I sort of don't like about all this Pellegrini out. I don't disagree with a lot of the things that have been said, but sometimes I feel like the focus is too much on the manager. Of course, it's an important position. You're in charge of day-to-day operations of the team, and he's also the 4th highest paid manager in the world, by the way.
Really?
Yes, he's paid like I think £8 to £10 million a year.
Okay,
yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah, he's paid handsomely. But you mentioned just the players. Like the players also at the end of the day seem to have no confidence in attacking. Sometimes a lack of effort. Although it's more just like they look like they don't know what they're doing at all. And again, that stems from the manager, of course. Like you want to have a game plan, but at the same time, these guys have been playing together for a year and a half. I don't really know what is going on.
Right? It's not new players. Yeah. Are the players backing him at all? Obviously, the fans are out on him, but
I mean, I wouldn't say that you're not seeing the players play for him. I wouldn't even. I mean, some people would question some players' effort. I mean, you can nitpick here and there. Oh, this player didn't run it back here. This player didn't run it back there. But I think for the most part, the effort's there. It's just a lack of execution. And Neil even says those for the underperforming players, where's their own personal pride? Where's their? I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like where there's sometimes you have to have a player step up and just say, fuck this. Like, we don't have a game plan. We may not have zero confidence, but hey, we have nothing to lose. Like, let's attack. Let's play with passion and heart. And there's just no one in that squad right now that is just
Mark Noble. Everyone's just he's not leading the brigade.
He's our leader, and by all means, we all love Mark, but he isn't the most talented man in the world. Sometimes you have to have that person
for that spark. Got it.
Yeah, you need to put the ball in the back of the net. At the end of the day, and Mark's not going to do that consistently.
Yeah. So who should we be looking out for on Saturday? Anyone going to put the squad on their back?
That's my point, Max. I don't think you need to be looking out for anyone. I mean, you mentioned Snodgrass. We love Snodgrass because he's one of those guys that, without a doubt, unquestionably gives 110%. He has scored a couple goals in the last few games, but no disrespect to Snodgrass, he's not going to, again, be that guy that takes the bull by the horns and wins a game for you. He's not going to do that. I'd say the one guy we talked about him earlier before we started is Mikel Antonio. Came back from a hamstring surgery and looked excellent in the second half versus Spurs. Scored our first goal. And he had more shots on goal in the first 15 minutes of the second half than we did combined shots in the first half as a team. So it just shows you how much of a spark that he sort of created in the second half.
Yeah.
But it also shows you how awful the rest of our squad is. So in terms of players to look out for, I'd say Antonio. I would be shocked if he doesn't start. So that's who I would probably say to look out for.
Like that. Good to know.
Yeah,
shots on goal. Need those.
Yeah, absolutely.
As they like to say up here in Minnesota, pucks on net.
Pucks on net. Cycle the puck. Pucks on net. Pucks indeed. I'm a hockey guy now.
You're a hockey guy now. No, I know more about soccer, and obviously you got to shoot to score. So that's going to be the obvious one. But yeah, that's encouraging. Someone coming off injury and making a difference, and hopefully gives Pellegrini some diversity to his squad. It sounds like much needed. So
yeah, but I do think his days are numbered. Unfortunately, if you would have told me he would have been sacked in the middle of the year before the season started, I would have.
Yeah, you were saying no way in Denver. Yeah, there's no chance you were all on the West Ham train. So
we started off well too. Like Denver was September. We started off pretty well. we were thinking, yeah, I mean, we could get a top 7 finish this year. Now we're in a relegation battle, so it's quite the change of scenery. So yeah, we always end the show around 30 to 40 minutes, so we'll wrap it up here. But of course, we have to end it with a prediction.
Yep.
Guests always go first. So Max, what do you think? What do you think the score is going to be?
3-1, Chelsea.
3-1.
3-1.
Okay. Any reason for that? Basically, what we've been saying the whole show.
Yep. It's based on what I heard from you, backs against the wall. The manager doesn't have the tactics set. We'll be coming out firing. So I think in the end, we'll just have too much quality.
Yeah, you guys are. So I usually do this more in the episode, but I usually bring out a few stats about the fixture. So Chelsea are actually unbeaten in their last 13 home Premier League meetings with West Ham. We haven't beat you guys since September 2002. We've only won one of our last 7 versus you in the league overall. And this will actually be Chelsea's 250th Premier League London derby. And the Blues have won more such games than any other side in the competition's history. Interesting. Wow. But those first 2 stats, West Ham haven't beaten you at the Bridge since 2002. That'll continue. I don't even see us scoring a goal. I really don't. I'd like to think that our defense will show up a little bit. I'm not really confident in that either. You said 3-1. I'm going to go 2-0. I think it'll be, maybe not an ass kicking, but a pretty thorough dominating performance by you guys. I don't see us showing any life. I don't see us really getting any good chances. Maybe we'll have a couple, but I say 2-0 Chelsea. And
we're talking Pellegrini's getting the X, huh? That's what you think?
I personally think we would have to lose by a lot. I think we'd have to really lose maybe like 4-0, have the players start giving up on the pitch for it to really happen. I think if we lose 2-0, I personally think that he'll have the Wolves game because Wolves is a team that the owners and the fans want to eclipse.
Right.
We are competing with Wolves for Europe, in our opinion.
Yep.
And if we lose Chelsea and Wolves, I say he's gone. I would say he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yep.
Unless like I said, you guys beat us like 4-5-0 or something like that.
It sounds like the writing's on the wall. It obviously all starts with the fans, but then the players can only hold so much. As I've seen the couple of managers lose locker rooms at Chelsea. So
yeah, you have had experience with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, the writing's on the wall is what it sounds like. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we'll close up shop here. Cool. Again, man, really appreciate you.
Pleasure.
Hopping on. Yeah, and then we'll definitely, if you're down for it, we'll do it for the reverse fixture as well. Who knows? We may have a new manager in by then.
Would love to. Sounds great.
All right, Max. Take care, dude.
Peace out to the American.